Hey everyone, it's Jennifer with DP Addiction Adventures. I am so glad to be here tonight. It feels like it's been forever. I haven't really been able to get in anyone's lives this week. I'm so sorry. I'm still recovering from COVID and just drag me out of the bed, right? But thank you so much for being here tonight. We have an amazing night planned. We have Tina, aka Tima. She's going to come and help us sparkle some things out with answers to our questions. Tia's going to hop on board with us in a few minutes. And we have the amazing Lizzie Falcon. I'm so excited and blessed that she said that she would come hang out with us for a little bit tonight. But I'm also so glad that you guys are here. Hi, Karen. So good to see you. Karen posted in Facebook a picture of Karen Scott at Macy's. So, Karen, it took me a minute. I was like, you have your own clothing line? What? And then I realized, yeah. So, hey, Scrappy with Sylvia. So good to see you. Hey, Angie. Hey, Cat's Gallery. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Jill. Jill is ill as well. I'm so sorry, Jill. My thoughts and prayers are for you and your daughter. Get plenty of rest. Oh my gosh. I've even talked to people, this Omicron or whatever it's called, the being sick part is okay. It's after you just feel like you've been hit by a semi and you don't know where the semi went and it keeps backing up into you. So, yes, please rest up. Angie says it's windy and snowing in Minnesota. Hey, Lindsay, good to see you. So good to see you. Tina saying hi to everyone. Hey, Mickey. I'm sorry I missed you tonight. I'll hashtag replay. Hey, Crashley. Welcome, welcome. Billy, I got to see Billy today for just a few minutes. It was good to hear his voice. He's recovering from being sick as well. Hey, Sue, great to see you. So good to see you. Hey, Gammy, thank you for coming. Great to see you. Hey, Shannon. Right, Karen? Hey, Mom and Dad. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Cindy Lee. Hey, Chris and Cal. Good to see you. Rochelle's in the house. Hey, Sheila. Welcome. Pizza. So good to see you. Hey, Berta. All right, let's see if we've got anyone else. You guys are amazing. Saying hi to everybody. Not much to report for the channel. I will let you know that I'm working behind the scenes with 3 other fabulous women. I don't think they're in chat right now, but it's Beth with Shine Like a Diamond, Jenny with The Uncrafty Crafter, and Lori with One Fun Diamond Painting. We are, is it Tijana Mama? Good to see you. We are doing a diamond painting along in February. It's nothing major, but it's just loving ourselves. We're calling it hashtag Palatine 2022. And it's just a way that you can come through every one of us when we do our lives and our videos in February are just going to talk about loving each other and loving ourselves. So it's just one of those very relaxing, I'm calling it a DP, like a diamond painting along, just where we come and we talk about things. So it's nothing huge, signing up for stuff. It's just a way to develop friendships and do something together. Build camaraderie with one another. So you'll start to see that posting. I also know that Tia has something I want to have her announce tonight. Just give us a little heads up of what's going on for her in the month of February. And then in March, Lizzie, not Lizzie Falcon, Lizzie World of Gems, and I are doing Beautiful, hashtag Beautiful 22. Excuse me. We are so excited. I have so many fun things planned, prizes, fun games, things like that. So we're so glad that you guys are here. Let's see. I also saw someone new, Late Bloomer Beauty. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Welcome, welcome. So I'm going to bring Tia in. Tia, once you're done saying hello, you want to make a little announcement about what's coming up in February. You will have the platform, and then we'll bring in Tina. Hey, girlfriend. Hi, Tia.
Hi, honey bunny. How are you?
I am doing well. Well, the chat is all
Well,
yours. What are you doing in February, girlfriend?
we are doing our hashtag heart. Love is in the air. It's my second annual Love is in the Air. And it is basically a collab with Lizzie's World of Gems. Yay! I'm going
Yay!
to be I'm going to be bringing on some of my favorite couples. I call them my craftlings, and we are going to you're going to have a lot of fun talking about love, talking about how you guys got to meet one another. What does love mean to you? And obviously, we're going to do this while we're diamond painting. We have a special collab exclusive that Lizzie and I are going to be working on. Woo, 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 woo. You guys probably have seen it if you're on Instagram. So we're going to work on
Yes.
that collab exclusive. And if you guys are interested in buying it, definitely make sure you stay tuned because we're going to be giving out gift cards, we're giving out diamond painting pins, and your guest tonight is going to be our special guest. That's the collab that we're working on. So we are going to be kicking off as a reminder to our Lizzie along, which will be starting later in the summer. So we're
Yes.
kind of excited about that. This is a big lead off, and all the fun that we're going to have, bringing our craftlings along with us. So really excited. And we have a special game show that we have planned. It is going to be so much fun. So make sure you guys stay tuned
You're not going
because
to
I'm
try to
excited.
connect people with the Pope or anything, are you?
No, I'm not going to try and do that. That would be awesome also. Because you give me some ideas.
Um,
We're going to
it's
be talking
always
to our favorite couples, and we're going to talk to them about, everyone always talks about, what do you love about this person? What do you love? So what we're going to do is flip the script. What just absolutely gets on your last nerve? We're going to see how well you guys are in tune with each other. Communication is key.
well,
So we're going
I
to have
will
some
tell
fun.
you a funny story. My my husband and I have been together for 18 and a half years.
So he's going to
And
give me
so
some good stuff.
he is. But one of the things, we were in an argument, and just a normal argument, right? Couples have it. You can't be lovey-dovey 100% of the time.
Correct.
And he defended back. Like, I guess I can't remember what I said. Like, I was like, "Well, you do this." And he comes back and he goes, "Well, you leave the top of the cheese wrapper on the counter all the time." So you know how, like, the 2-cup shredded cheese, you rip off
Mm-hmm.
the top. You're supposed to throw
Oh,
the top away, and then when you're done with the
and then you have the
cheese, you
Ziploc.
seal it and you
Yeah.
put, yeah. Well, it is true. I rip off the top and put it on the counter, finish doing my stuff, and then put the cheese away and leave the stupid trash on the counter. And since he told me that, I mean, this was 5 to 6 years ago, he told me this when we were in the middle of an argument. I had PTSD that every time I put that cheese wrapper on the counter, I pick it up and throw it away.
See, so it worked. Oh, awesome. He's cured that. And that's the
Well,
kind of thing we're going to deep dive into.
so, excuse me, just a little precursor. That's kind of the stuff it sounds like T is going to dive into.
Definitely. And I am so excited. So make sure you guys stick around because I'm going to dive in deep with my craftlings. And yeah, I'm going to get to know all of them. Well, you guys will join me in getting to know them. But yeah, I plan on diving deep. So
Oh,
how have you
well,
been? How's the week?
things have been going okay. I went back to work on Wednesday. I
Okay.
thought, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go back to work. And then Wednesday at 3 o'clock, I'm like, I can't do this. I gotta go home.
I tried to get in touch with you. Were in and out sleeping.
I
Were
was
you
like,
were you okay going home, like zonking out on the way home?
yeah, like when I'm in the moment with the client, there's this adrenaline rush that gets me through. Like I'm with the
Okay.
client, I'm there. As soon as the client leaves and I shut my door, I'm like, it's nothing to do with the client. I'm just exhausted. So thankfully, my work is very family friendly, very health promoting. And so as long as I don't have a client, I can go home. I mean, of course, you have to take your unpaid or paid leave. It's not like they
Hmm.
just pay you to go home, but I've been able to go home then. Yes, so I take that back. Wednesday, I made it till 4. Yesterday, I made it till 3.
Oh,
Today, I made it till 3:30.
look
So,
at you, progress.
like,
Yay!
yes,
Progress. I'm
yes. I'm
still at
like,
home.
okay.
I have not returned yet. I don't plan on. I'm gonna give it a try maybe Wednesday or Thursday of next week. But yeah, I'm still at home, and we'll see. But I do have a fear, of just going back out and things. And like I was saying, I feel a little better, but my throat is just very temperamental, and it's healed one moment.
I brought you
That's what
something.
I mean, those are my best friends. So I feel like it's healed one moment, and then the next, oh my gosh, I need to scoff 3 or 4 of those down. But I'm just definitely afraid of, getting my tonsils out. I feel like I'm too old. There just comes a
Did
point
they
where,
decide to get your tonsils out,
yeah, they
or
keep telling me I need to have them out. So
you
my
know,
mom was like, "Oh,
I
you
had
need to
mine
get them
out
out." You did?
as an
How old were
adult.
you? Like, were you over 25,
I
or
was like 30. Yep.
is it hard to recover?
I won't lie, it is. It
Yeah,
is.
they say it's
But
harder.
um because they sorry chat if I'll try to make it a little bit non-gruesome, but when they take your tonsils out, there's nothing to stitch up. And so they do what they call cauterizing, where they heat up the inside. Basically, they just burn the inside of
Mm,
your throat so that you don't
mm,
bleed. And painkillers are blood thinners, which cause you to bleed. So when I needed pain meds, the only pain meds I was allowed was what they call a liquid Vicodin.
mm.
Um, but Vicodin doesn't work on me. Like it just doesn't. It's like drinking cough syrup for me. So I really didn't have any pain meds because any of the hardcore pain meds I couldn't take because it would thin my blood out, which could potentially cause bleeding. Um, I was also very ill when they took them out because I was recovering from strep. I had strep like 5 times in the 6-month period.
Mm.
So they couldn't get me well enough to get the tonsils out. So it is difficult, but now that I've had a baby and I've had my tonsils out, the tonsils were worse because I didn't have any pain meds. So if you're allowed to have pain meds, I'm sure it's not going to be as bad.
Well, I'm fat. So because of that, there's always the concern about being pre-diabetic, and,
Eh,
always the concern of, bleeding too much, and like you said, clotting and stuff. And I do have issues with clotting and things. So that's where a lot of the concern is coming from. I just feel like, I'm gonna just keep down in these halls.
be careful because they may cause ulcers.
So
So
right. I'm a
too many halls.
I'm working against myself also. So halls and milk, the ulcer that could come along. So
Well,
just,
we're going to bring in Tina now so that she
hey,
can give her advice. So, yeah, you guys in chat are finding out all about us. Hey, Tina,
Howdy.
good to see you.
Howdy, folks. How are y'all doing?
how
Well,
are you?
we're on the
Puffing
mend,
and
it
hacking
sounds
along.
like.
Yeah, at least you're better. You're on the mend, right? On the other side.
Yes,
Be on the other
yes.
side. I like Ricola. Those square ones.
Ricola.
Yeah, I like those.
I like their advertisements. They're up on a mountain and they have the big horn. Ricola.
That's right.
I've tried sucrets before because they're supposed to have that numbing, but it tends to only numb the front of my tongue, and then anything I actually want numbed doesn't numb. So I gave up on that.
Even the spray. The kids hate the spray. Hate it. Yeah. It numbs everything. They hate the spray.
So how's everything going? How are the bunnies?
The bunnies are cold, but hanging in there. And so Crashly says she's still coming by Sunday. We'll see. She's got an event close, and so she passes by my house. So afterwards, she plans on coming by. So we'll see.
Still take a bunny.
We'll put in 8 nest boxes tomorrow. So we have potentially. They never, as many years of bred have never all had babies. Okay. Potentially 8 could have babies this next week. So we put the box in on Sunday, and their due dates come. They were bred Christmas Day, so they're due 31 days after they're bred.
Wow! And, can you imagine if we popped them out as humans?
No.
In a month,
we might have 11.
31 days.
Oh, you know what you missed last year when she told me, we were sitting at the table, and I think it was right before you grabbed your chair to come sit with us, and she told me and Billy that she had all of them, like they came out of her body, and I was like, almost fell out my chair. I was like, I thought you were a foster mom or somewhere adopted. You gave birth to all 11 of those kids? And she was like, yeah, I almost fell out my chair.
That's why things seem not to faze you, Tina. You're
just not behind the scenes with me.
Sometimes not letting people see behind the scenes keeps our sanity.
We had some glitches on the site tonight, and about 80 products went to $0. And I'm like, I know. And then we couldn't, everything kept timing out because I don't know if it's a Friday night and everybody's on the internet. And so I said, I don't know what we're going to do, honey, but I wouldn't quite like that. I'm like, Jerry, you have to help me now. We have to get these up.
So what you're saying is you had a sale and you didn't need to have a sale.
Oh, goodness, no.
100% off on Tina's site.
But I think we got it fixed. I hope we got the fix. It was because I was listing a few new products. So we got a half a dozen new products up there and listed, and that's what happened. And I hit some wrong buttons there. So.
Well, you guys need to go check out dpwithsparklers.com because she will help you bling it on. Use bling it on, right? And you'll get 10% off. That's right. I can't wait to show my sad snowman tonight. He's not so sad anymore. Oh. So I'm very excited.
Who was the artist?
So what are you? Lizzie Falcon, our guest tonight.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. What are you ladies working on? What are you blinging out this week?
I'm still doing Grandiose 3. Oh, goodness. That's so huge. It's going to take forever. But I am on the other half of it. So that's good.
You could always just cut it in half because it's so pretty. You're just like done with this half.
It is so huge, but at least I'm not afraid of it anymore. I was pretty anxious about getting that thing out. It was so big and a square. I haven't done a square in a long time because I had 7 popping drills in a row. Ugh, that made me hate them, because I went to all squares after I did them, and then they were all popping. So I did that and then gave the rest away. I finally gave myself permission to lose that money. All that I invested in those other like dozen canvases or that was square or whatever it was, they were custom. And I just gave them away. I just couldn't deal with it anymore. So yeah.
Give
these
away.
Are good. These aren't popping. These are diamond art clubs, so they're not popping.
Yeah. How about you, Tia? What are you working on when you're sane?
I've been doing everything. So I was starting to feel better. I think it was Sunday. No, Monday. It was Monday. And I woke up like, oh, I want to do something. But you know how like you're a kid and you come down and it's Christmas and you don't know which package to open first? Like I literally was there. And so Crashy was like, I'm gonna pull out a wheel for you and help you out, you know. And so obviously, you know, we all talk in chat rooms. So someone posted something for cross stitch. So then I worked a couple of hours on my cross stitch. I have, you know, some beads because you know I'm all about the sparkle and things. And so I was trying to swap out. Yes, I do swapping and customizing on my cross stitches also. So I was trying to swap out some bling on some of the projects. I'm working on a Disney project right now. And then I moved back over and I was doing pens, getting ready for the collab for next month. All my craftlings, you know. And then yesterday and a little bit earlier when I was eating, I've been working on trying to customize my painting that I'm going to be doing for next month. So it just came in this week. And obviously, we kind of get our little plan out and we look at where, and because it's from TSA, it doesn't come with like sparklers or crystals and things. So these are the ones that are ideal for blinging. Yay! And this one is going to be more color blocking.
The smaller drills or the newer, larger drills?
Larger.
I have to look at them. Are they the larger 2.8?
Yeah, unless you got something from like 2 years ago. They're the
Okay, so it's the newer one that came in. Okay.
I just want to say hey to everyone in chat if you came in while we were chit-chatting. I know Craft and Judy's out there, Diamond around you, Wolfpack, Nancy. If I missed you, I'm so sorry, but we're so glad that you're here. Welcome, welcome. And somebody just came from behind stage. And so I think it's time to introduce our special guest. Are you guys ready?
I am.
Yes. Lizzie, are you all ready? Okay, here we go. Hi, Lizzie.
Hey, I feel like I should do this sideways, but hey, guys.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you? I haven't seen you or talked to you in a while.
I know. I've been loving what you're coming out with, though.
Thank you. Well, you can thank Rachel for a lot of what's coming out now. So,
okay.
You know, she's good with all of that.
Well, you have a show coming up, don't you, in March?
I've got a show in a gallery. Yeah. One Piece. So it's a group art show, and I love the piece. I can't show it all yet, but I'm so excited about it, and I love it. It's a big cat, little cat, themed art show, and I chose the subject 9 lives.
Ooh.
So yeah, lots of kitty cats.
Well, I've been watching you. Let me see if I can do this. I'm not a pro, so we'll see if I can. Oh, where'd you guys go? You guys disappeared. There we go. Can you see that?
Yes.
So I've been watching you create this, and you're like the master of showing us just little bits and pieces. I love your Instagram but this, because I like the snowman.
I love this piece. It was kind of like my own like weird little version of Snow White, and you know, but with the snowman and the apples. So I love that one. I love my sad snowman though.
Yeah. So that's the piece I've been watching you do, and then I was so excited when it was 100% visible. But yes, everyone, I have my sad snowman right here. I've been blinging him out.
Oh, cool. Oh, I like those a lot. The sad snowman.
So I've been putting
he's really big.
Bling. He's got his little lantern over here. So I've flung out some of this with Tina's sparklers. Put some jellies in here, and just trying to. I don't know what I'm going to name him though.
He
Does he have a name, or is he just Sad Snowman?
My actual character, his name is Neve, which is like French. I don't know if I'm saying it right for or pronouncing it right. In snow in French.
Okay.
Neve. But I kind of like giving him the, I don't know, I think he looks like a Neve. And a friend of mine helped me name him as well. We were coming up with ideas instead of just Sad Snowman. So, and he's got a little cameo in a mini animation that I did for Valentine's Day, like 3 or 4 years ago. I don't know if you guys have seen that one, but it's really cute.
Well, I think you created a great character in him.
Thanks. I love him. He has so much emotion, and I've got a whole notebook of just snow. Like it's amazing to me, like how many things I can come up with the Sad Snowman. And I've done a lot of things with him. He's got a lot of sketches in my sketchbook, and I did a lot of, for some reason I like doing him during Christmas time, winter, and like Valentine's Day. So there are a lot of Valentine's Day themed Neve pieces and Valentine's Day cards and stuff like that. So, and Christmas, obviously.
I had this image of Sad Snowman meeting his future mate, and the snow woman giving him the heart that he's missing. Like,
I like that could happen one day. I think for Valentine's Day, actually, I have the Valentine's Day cards that I made. They were 2 snowmen or snows, 2 snow people. And they were kind of cute because they played off of each other, like really neat. I did those like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I had a few left over, and I was going to put them in my Etsy shop for Valentine's Day. But I'm not done with him this year because it's still cold outside, or at least here it is. And I get inspired by him. So yeah. And there's also a whole collection that I've been working on for like 2 years now, or a little over a year. But it won't be put out until at the end of this year. And it's my Twilight collection, which has the Sad Snowman. And so I did a sculpture of him and some really cool paintings that I haven't released yet. So I'm excited about that too.
So winter 22-23.
Winter 22. Yeah, winter 22. I plan on the Twilight. It's a small collection, and it's just it started out like a really dark collection because of what I was going through in life at the time, and then it got a little brighter, and so it kind of changed a little bit. And I thought I was gonna release it this year during Christmas time, but I felt like I didn't want to just rush it, so I put them on hold for a little while, and I'm gonna focus some efforts on some Valentine's Day stuff to include some cards and stuff like that with him on it. So that was put on hold, but I'm excited about it nonetheless.
How's the dog?
He died.
No. Oh, Lizzie.
He passed away. He was old. He was 16, almost 17, and I lost him about 2 months ago.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay, but he lives forever through my art.
He does. I saw some of the fantastic stuff that you've put out.
Yeah, I knew, like, he got sick when he was like 4 years old, and we thought he was going to die back then. And he's been trying to die, and I've been keeping him alive ever since. And finally his little body gave out. But I created a bunch of artwork years ago, knowing that I wasn't going to have my little buddy forever. And so I thought he's going to live forever through art. And I created the Pico and Tooth line, and recently he's just been more and more on my mind, obviously. So like that 9 Lives painting that I'm doing for the show, although it's about kitty cats and he was a dog, he must have been a cat in another life. I think he wanted to be a cat. He loved kitty cats, didn't care for dogs. And so I kind of channeled some of that into that painting. And so therefore I love it. So it's not like a literal Pico out there, but the emotions were channeled into it. And so
I saw some of the characteristics of him in there, which is why I was a little confused when I saw it was cats, and then I could see the cats.
Yeah.
But once I read the title, but I saw his eyes in there when I saw like you did a half picture of the girl and then one of the I think it's a cat because I only saw half of it.
It is.
I was like, that's his eyes. And then I was like, wait, but it's called something with cats.
Yeah, it's 9 lives for cats. And plus we always joke that he had 9 lives anyway, because he just like we'd think he was dying, and the next you know he's alive, he's doing great. And then he was sick, he had a lot of issues, and so we just felt like last time we were in Florida, he fell off of a bed that's like a tall bed. I found him on the floor, like on his looks. He must have fallen off the bed onto his bed and he was totally fine. Any other dog would have like fallen and fallen on their neck and cracked their neck and died, but not him. So the whole 9 lives thing was just kind of like appropriate for that. And yeah.
What type of dog?
He was a little Chihuahua.
Oh, I used to raise Chihuahuas. I lost my 2 also in the last couple of years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's long coat or short coat. Was he a short coat? Was he a short coat Chihuahua?
He was. Well, his dad was long hair and his mom was a short hair, so he had like this furry neck that always reminded me of a lion's mane. But he was short haired but super soft. Like he felt like a chinchilla or something. I don't know. He didn't have like regular, so he was really delicious to pet. And I miss him terribly.
Type. Yeah.
Yeah.
They make good companions.
Yeah. So there'll be some Pico themed art, and lately I noticed there was a little bit sadder than there had been like eyes in some of my paintings, and I guess I just channel whatever emotion it is that I'm feeling at the time. And so a couple of the pieces that I'm working on are like, I was like, whoa, there's some sadness in here. But I love sad art, just like I like a sad song. It punches you in the soul the way, sometimes happy music doesn't, or happy art doesn't. So I'm okay with that. Plus it helps me heal.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and as much, that's what art is too. As much as it's something you do for a living, it's also very healing. That's why a lot of us do cross stitch and diamond painting, and we may not create it from scratch. We may get it from amazing artists like you, but then you help us get to our healing through, I don't want to call redoing the art, but like making it our own in our own homes.
Yeah, by working on it and just concentrating and taking it all in. So I'm glad I'm part of that process, and that I'm not alone in the healing and the therapeutic aspect of art that it provides. So I love that I'm able to create something, make a living at it, and people responding to it, and then you all basically continuing that process of of creating and doing something beautiful for yourself. So it's really cool.
Well, Nancy wants to know, will any of the things you're talking about be offered in diamond art?
Usually anything that I complete, unless it's a commission or something that for some reason, I don't want shared because it's too personal or something, which is not many pieces like that. Most of them are available as diamond painting kits. Rachel's really good at like reaching out if somebody has reached out to her and would like to see a piece in diamond painting. I'm usually good with it because the way I see it is not everybody wants a print. Not everybody wants or can have an original painting. Some people aren't into art, but they're into that creative aspect of it. So if I can share my art and somebody can enjoy it in that way, I'm like really excited to do it. So as soon as she asks, I'm usually like, all right, I'll email it to you tomorrow or the next day or whatever. So yeah, and there's a lot of art coming. I want to put out a collection in March or April, probably April, but who knows? I don't want to put a date on it because when I have a show, I kind of have to like refocus away from the collection I'm working on and like focus on the piece at hand for the show. And so I've got 2 shows coming up. I didn't finish the kitty cat one, but it's done enough to where I just can, work on the little fine details.
Mhm.
And then the other one is a marijuana themed show I think in New Orleans, I'm not sure. And so I kind of have to shift focus from that deep thought and all of those things. I have to like shift focus and get into that mode and then get back in. But I will have another collection sometime this year, and hopefully it's in the late spring, maybe early summer. And it's for the first time ever. 'Cause for years people have been asking for fairies, and I don't do fairies. But
Tia just fell out of her chair.
but we have a lot of fun and fanciful creatures on their way, and I'm really excited about it because I love, much like the snowman, I like to create characters, and I like to give these little characters their personalities and things like that. And so I'm really, really digging this. And it's a little bit of a dark utopia or something. I think it's colorful and it's dark, and I really love where it's going. And it's the first time in a long time that I've been excited about creating artwork. I think this past year I lost my dad and my dog, so my two favorite guys. And I just had a hard time coming into the studio because I was used to having Pico here with me, and it just felt so weird. I was avoiding getting into the studio, and when I did, it was like not a good place. And usually this is my happy place, and it's becoming that again. Okay. And the piece for the Little Cat Big Cat show for the Scotland Gallery, that gave me like the reason, or not because I wanted to, but I had to come into the studio and push through that. And I'm so grateful because I was able to channel a lot of emotions into that painting. Finally become excited about something I was creating again. And then everything started to flow, and it feels good in here again. So coming up something dark and really, really, really fun and exciting. I'm excited about it. And I hope everybody else likes it.
Oh, we're excited. Yeah. So remind us where you are at with your studio. What state are you in?
I'm in Georgia. Yeah, I'm in North Georgia in the mountains. It's beautiful. It's cold right now. Where are you guys at?
Tia?
Las Vegas, come and visit, Lizzie. Come and visit.
Oh, I plan on going to Vegas. I got some business in Las Vegas to take care of. So
okay, well, just look me up, give me a call.
Okay,
and we'll go have some fun. Go out.
Tia
push
knows
the button.
Yeah,
I just know how to pull a button, and I never win. But we'll have some fun anyway.
Okay, yeah, I never win either, and I don't want to put that out there. I haven't won big yet. So I think all my losses are just accumulating, so that one day I win the big one.
I went to bingo once, and you have to pay in cash. I had my card, and I was like, oh, I completely forgot. So I let the lady behind me go in front of me, and I'm going through my purse. I got it, got my cash, ready to get my board. So she bought the boards just in front of me. I get the next one. She won $125,000, and she started crying. And then I started crying right with her.
I bet.
And then when it was time to go, she was so nice. She's a beautiful woman. She came over and said, "Thank you, honey, for letting me go in front of you." That's the lesson.
And that's it.
She thanked me. So said, "You're welcome."
I'm one of
she
those
cried. I
people
cried.
I would, if I won that much money, I think I'd be like, "Here's $100." Like, I think I would at least.
I probably would have. Yeah.
$125,000.
Mm-hmm. And she sat there and cried, and I cried right along with her. had the board, and my brother was with me, and
like,
he was like, "I should
Let
try
me tell
that."
you, you've got a reward coming your way. I don't know where, how, or when, but trust me, you got a reward coming
you
your
have
way.
lots of butterflies in your crown.
There
in
we
heaven.
go. Give
There
me
you
some
go.
butterflies. You know what you can do? You can create a fairy butterfly superhero and call her Tia.
Hey, I'm doing all kind of, oh shoot, I've got my lighting situation here. I was so late coming into the chat. Sorry about that. And now I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties. Yeah, the day has gotten away from me today, and so I sent you a message on Instagram saying, "Hey, I'm running a little behind. I need 15
you were
minutes."
fabulous.
And so I was in here panicking. My mom was calling me. I had told her I was gonna. I didn't forget, but my day got kind of away from me, so I had like 17 things to do, and yeah. So here I am with. If you see me moving around, it's because everything's trying to fall.
Well, we joke about anything beyond this like 3-foot window you don't want to see. There's it's like if you just touch something, everything's gonna fall.
That's exactly how it was, and I accidentally touched the cord, and so everything started to crumble. But last minute, and I mean, if you see, I've got a light here, and I've got it taped. Because it broke. My ring light broke, and so I have the other light on, and so yeah, lighting is really important. So I was with duct tape right before I tiled in, like a maniac sweating.
So do you have anything you could sneak peek show us? It's okay if you don't. I'm putting you on the spot.
Put her on the spot.
Like half a sketch, or this is a finger that will eventually be a fairy.
This is kind of like a little VIP tour, so it's not something everybody gets, and it'll be out there in the internet world. Wait, let me get my. Oh, did I lose you guys?
No, you're here. We got you.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, let me do this in a controlled kind of manner. So I think you guys have seen this little like sneak peeks of like these little creatures. So this one I've shown more online, and that's gonna be the vibe for that collection I'm talking about. I don't know how to flip my camera with this, so I'm just gonna have to do it like a weird way. So sneak peek of the kitty cat situation. I don't know if you can kind of see.
Yes, that's adorable.
So that's a sneak peek, and I love her halo.
Yes, that's what sold me.
I worked on that the other day, and so that's a little sneak peek. I can't really show it all because it's for a show, and the gallery likes it when you kind of like don't show it all yet. So
I only have like 100 people watch, so
yeah, so it's okay. I think it's okay.
Don't tell anybody, okay?
I won't tell anyone. And so this is something I was working on today. Like I said, I don't know how to flip my camera on this, so like I said,
that lion,
kind of fairies. They're all gonna be like really fanciful creatures. She's gonna be a fanciful creature. I can't expand on that, but basically it's just a lot of like fanciful creatures, and like you can see the background is kind of dark on that, which I really like love that dark look I have going on with that, and then kind of like so you kind of see the color scheme.
Yes.
She's gonna be a winged creature here. So yeah.
I wish I could look that regal with wings.
Yeah. Well, so that's how a collection kind of comes together, and I just kind of this. Let me see if I can just kind of show a little bit. This one.
Nice.
Sneak peek of they just have like colors that I haven't used before on like backgrounds and stuff like that. So I'm having a lot of fun like pairing the gray toned skin
Mhm.
and the darkness with really bright touches here and there of things. So yeah, I'm really, like I said, I'm excited about this one.
And I think from when you and I talked earlier, you like your process of creating is somewhat like layering. Like you'll start with one image and then you'll just keep going until it becomes what you visualized in your mind.
Yeah, they're not pretty when they start off. So I'm going to show you something I started today, and you'll see like how terrible it is at the beginning, because I just kind of start messing around, and so you'll see this ugly little creature thing. And
that's
so,
me in the morning. That's me in the morning.
She already got my face. She got my face going in there.
So be on the lookout, like on Instagram and stuff, for something that looks like that but doesn't look like that. Because she'll make a lot of changes, and sometimes I get sick and tired of them, and I just kind of put it to the side and pick up another one and work on it. So that's what I like about when I create these collections. I can put them away when I'm sick of them and I don't know where they're going, and they're all in different phases. One is a very beginning stage, one is much further along, and I kind of like that because I'm not always in the mood to think up of things, and I'm not always in the mood for detail work. You know, there are days I'm in the mood for different things. And so if I have these pieces all coming together and they're all in different stages, I can kind of cherry pick what I'm going to work on that day and not be like annoyed that I have to do detail work or I have to think up of something when I'm not feeling super creative that day.
I wish I could do that with my clients. No, sorry, you're too much for me. I need someone else.
We don't want to work together today. Is there a particular grouping of colors that you prefer to work with? Like when you did Sweet Nectar with the greens and purples, that was speaking to me. And I remember I tried to emulate the picture, and I did a video where I was like, is that me? And I dyed the ends of my hair, and I really tried to emulate it because it's my favorite color. Do you have like a grouping of colors that you prefer to work with that we can see that's like your signature? Obviously, we would customize because that's what we're doing in this collab, but anything that we would get that says this is definitely the epitome of Lizzie. The epitome to essence.
I like to do, there's not particular, if I have to say I have a favorite color, it would be like translucent colors.
Okay.
I like golds and green skies, kind of not green, but I mix cerulean blue and raw sienna, and I like that sky color, and it's kind of typical of me. So I've been trying to get away from that, but I don't have a typical color scheme I go to, but what I do is with the gray skin, it's really fun to pair colors with that. And I use my iPad sometimes to kind of play around with different like color schemes, but that's why I'm so excited about this collection that I'm doing, because it's a color scheme that I've never used before. It's like a lot of deep reds and orange and real colorful colors, but contrasted with some like bronzy gold yellow skies, which I've never done before, and so the contrast, I'm really digging it. But I'd say I don't have a go-to color or scheme or color scheme. I do, and I consider that getting stuck. So I try to, like, if I do one collection, my skies and backgrounds of that theme will all kind of go, not matchy match, but they'll all go. But the next collection, I always try to search for a whole different color scheme and vibe. You know, otherwise it just gets stale and it's not fun. So when I find myself doing the same things over and over again, or using the same colors over and over again, I get mad at myself and I get bored.
Do you
ever find yourself wanting to? Oh, sorry.
Go
Do
ahead,
you ever find
Tia.
yourself wanting to traipse through different eras of time, like steampunk or Victorian or Edwardian? Do you find inspiration in different eras of time also?
I do. I go through phases. So that, I guess that's how I explored that. I went through a little bit of a Victorian phase. I went through a steampunk phase,
Um,
and it's not necessarily a phase. I would say it's like when I do, I didn't used to do collections. I used to just do a painting, but I noticed that I followed certain patterns, and then I would get sick of it and try to break free from that. And so that's when I started collecting or creating the collections, which allow me to really, really like jump into something. And then once that's expressed, I kind of let it go. And the next collection that I do, I'm looking for different inspiration, different color schemes, different times or eras or subject matters. So that's why I love the collections, because it allows me to really dive into something, express it, get rid of it, get sick of it, and then move on to something. So for me, that's also how I grow as an artist, and as long as I keep on trying to explore different times or explore different things, I'm growing and learning more.
So Shannon from chat is asking, how long does your average piece take to create?
It depends. Hours wise, I've never really sat and been like, oh, this has taken me 300 hours or 3,000 hours. I don't know. I kind of like this one right here. I started, today. So it looks like a mess. It won't be done. It won't be finished for, until I finish all of them. Cause like I said, I put it down, I pick up another one, and that's how my process goes. But like the kitty cat one that I did, I started it maybe 2 weeks ago. And I've just been working on it and nothing but it for 2 weeks. So I come into the studio and I work on that painting only, like for 2 weeks. And I sit there and I take it from something that looks like this, which I'm not very proud of or excited about, because this is the most frustrating part. And then I turn it into something like super finished. So it could be weeks. Usually it's weeks to months. But hours, I don't know exactly how many hours.
Life with Lindsay wants to know if you've ever diamond painted your own work.
No. Rachel was kind enough to give me a diamond painting, and I was really excited about it. And then I thought, holy moly, because it was huge. I have a problem like doing the same thing, the same artwork more than once. So I can do a character like Neve, the sad snowman, or like my little mushroom guy, like over in different settings. But to recreate a piece of artwork, and that's what that kind of feels like, is kind of recreating it. And I've got like my schedule for creativity is I'm either pencil drawing for practicing, drawing on my iPad, creating digital artwork, getting ready for a show, wanting to express my own thing on canvas, or just practicing with paint. So that to me feels like I'm taking away from my creative time, like to do something I've already done. So no, I haven't, but I would like to do like a small piece so I can kind of experience it.
Well, yeah, maybe once you've got these little fairy characters under your belt, maybe send your mushroom guy to Rachel or something that we can be smaller.
Yeah, that can be small. And for that, I would probably do it, but it'd have to be really small. It'd have to be really small. It feels a little overindulgent to like do my piece again. Or I don't know if maybe I'd want to do somebody else's art, but then I would kind of feel like, oh, I could be doing something else.
I'll send you like a little sticker that's like this big. It's a smiley face or something, and you can just
or
experience what
done with a piece. Like I can finish it off and be like, oh, this is.
We'll send you a Christmas ornament. There's plenty of those every year. Just down the paint away. little ornament. You put it on your tree and say it's from Tia when I go to Vegas.
Well, I'm all about that. I'm all about it. I like that idea. So sign me up.
Lizzie,
What do I do?
Rachel
What?
said that she could send you one of Pico. Now that one you might want to do.
There you
She
go.
sent you a diamond painting of Pico. You might
And
like
by the
it.
way, I don't see any of the comments or
That's
anything
okay.
because I'm not logged into my YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so in case anybody is like saying hello or saying something really nice or not nice, I can't see it. And so therefore I'm not responding to like individual people unless like you yeah, I got a new phone and I have to dig through passwords and things. So
Well,
I was happy that I
everyone's
was able
just
to
been
communicate.
loving your answers, loving seeing the previews of your art. And then every
Thanks.
time I see a question from chat, I throw it up and ask you.
Okay, thank you.
We're doing well. Yes. Well, any questions from you, Tina, for Miss Lizzie? Any questions from chat before we finish up the night?
Well, I did want to know where she was located, so she did tell us that. And I was going to ask you, so like what inspired your sad snowman or why sad? What inspired that?
Probably some sadness.
Okay. And you said creating that makes you work through some of that. Is that correct?
It does. Yeah. I like to create characters, and I think it was just something that I was doing. I don't remember the first time I ever made him, but I do know that he has evolved with time. And so he didn't have the same eyes at first. He's getting a little more elaborate. But I think I started him like 5 years ago, like in a painting. And then little by little, I just gravitated towards doing stuff with the sad snowman during the winter years. And so here's a little piece of, let me see, of the
I still want one of your ornaments. I think I missed out if you did them this year.
Oh yeah. I do them once a year, and
I know.
I can put you on the list to be contacted, because they, as soon as they're made, like they're kind of gone. And so I'm gonna give you guys a preview of the Twilight collection. So like that's Sad Snowman.
Oh my gosh, you're putting two of my favorite art pieces of yours together.
What do you mean? Oh, with the stars and stuff, you mean?
Well, I love the woman with the crown that has the heart with the bridge up to the heart. You did?
Oh yeah.
And then I love your sad snowmen. So that's what I thought of when I.
That's kind of a combo there. So, that one is pretty much finished, and this one's got a long way to, not a long way to go. She's almost...
Rachel's like, oh wow.
This one is, I think, my main piece
That
for
one.
the Twilight collection.
I'll need that one.
Can kind of see it. It's kind of like, and then I was working on this one. So here's Sad Snowman guy.
He's like, have my star.
Yeah, and so, the pieces, like I said, they started off. This one's not finished. It's just him stealing the star.
Oh, I love that.
He's a little bandit. You see, he's stealing stuff.
But I love the personality,
Yeah,
and it's coming through.
He's got a ton of personality, and this one was kind of it's a work in progress. I'm going through them quick because I don't want to give it all out. And then this guy is just so distraught. With the moon.
He's like, help me, buddy.
Yeah,
you gotta help me.
So if you're, I'm taking you into the deep dark abyss of works in progress. So Sad Snowman, like I said, some cards. So Sad Snowman, Neve that's the stuff for Valentine's Day. So as you can see it's the little pair.
Aww.
And here's the dark abyss of works in progress. That's
a lot.
That's a lot of painting, and like I said, they get put in in timeout, so you can.
They can put in timeout.
That closet is the timeout closet. That's
just not feeling it, right? You got to go in timeout.
Yeah, or I'll be really like gung ho about a collection, and then I have to put it aside to do some like show pieces, and then I'm not really to jump into it like right away because something else has transpired that inspires something, and I no longer make, I guess, artwork just to make it. I want to make it and kind of like pour like everything out into the artwork, make a collection, make a statement, and then walk away from it versus just making a piece to make a piece. Yeah. And so the only time I really do that is like for a group art show, but it's got a purpose. And like this one, you can do a girl with a little kitty cat. I mean, the options are, what's the word I'm looking for? Are
open, endless.
Yeah, endless. So I try to focus on like, all right, this is the subject at hand. What do I want to say about this subject, or what do I want to express? And so sometimes that takes days. Like I just sit here and stare at a blank canvas sometimes for hours on end. Or sometimes I do some of my best thinking, while I'm working out or taking a walk, because that's when the real creativity happens versus in the studio.
Life with Lindsay wants to know, who are your favorite artists?
Ooh, so many. Well, classic artists, like all the ones that everybody knows about, like Salvador Dali. Like I love the surrealism, the weirdness of it, and so on. Artists of like now, I love, so many artists. I love Marcus Pearson. He paints coyotes in suits.
Coyotes in suits.
Yeah. And he's great. He does, he's got like the dream artist job where he basically just creates artwork and, puts them in museums or art shows and makes a ton of money and all of that. And the interesting thing was, I always like looked at his artwork, and it's amazing. He paints with acrylics. So I really admire artists that paint with acrylics, and you can't really tell that they paint with acrylics. That's my, like, I hope that in time, like my artwork is like that. And so he had said once, because I thought he just his work is so amazing. And he said in an interview that he realizes that he draws coyotes in suits, and not everyone is gonna love his work. And so I used to get like a little bit like self-conscious if somebody didn't like my artwork. And so having heard someone who was so successful say that about their own artwork, realizing that it's not for everyone, made me realize that it's okay that my artwork is not for everyone, and that somebody might look at it and be like, oh, that, I don't like that, or I don't care for it. And so it really helped me. So I love him. And then there are just a bunch of Mark Ryden. Obviously, he's a surreal artist that does amazing work. And then there are other artists that I've shown with that, quite frankly, I don't even know why I was in the same show, because I think they're just so incredible and so talented. And like Sophia, I call her Sophie Parr. She does. I bought this from her. Let me show you. Check this out.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? So just artists that do a lot of dark work. And I try to collect from some artists that I love. Like this is Helena Rice. She's a great artist. Scott, God, I hate that I forgot his name. Scott something.
I won't tell him.
So yeah, I've got a ton of, and I've got books. One of my favorite artists, my mentor, Jesse Clay. So he's a retired Disney artist, and he helped me a lot. And so he's one of my favorite artists. He illustrated a lot of books. I have them here on my bookshelf. I'm probably making you guys like super nauseous over here, like moving my camera around at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Yeah. So that's it off the top of my head, but there are a ton more.
Well, Rachel from Treasure Studios Art, who carries your artwork in diamond painting form, she wants to know, do the black and white floors mean anything in your paintings?
Ooh. Sometimes one of the collections that I did, the one that I did for my solo show in Portugal, they kind of represented, like, to me, they represented like portals, and I love the look, the checkered look, but also it reminds me of chess. And there's one painting called Respite, and she kind of looks like a chess piece, and there's some chess pieces in the background, and it kind of represents that piece was about, like, when you rest, when you let your guard down, because she's got her armor of some sort on hanging on a tree versus on her. That's when people decide to play games, so it kind of when you take your armor off, you're vulnerable, and that's when people can play games with your heart, your mind, whatever. And to me, the black and white checkers kind of represents something to do with games and or portals, if that makes sense. Or like a road leading to, instead of like the yellow brick road, I just like the checkers. And then one of the other paintings, they had different levels, like some of them were floating and stuff, and so that also represented like different stages of, I guess, the subject that I was painting, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Is this the piece you were talking about?
That's it. Yeah, so everything, as you can see, is like there's a little fold over there, so everything's beginning to unfold in that painting, and she's just resting, clueless, and stuff's happening in the background, which is usually what happens when we disarm ourselves and don't guard ourselves. So that one, and plus I love the look of the checkers. Like, I just think it pairs well with certain colors and things like that. And in one of them, I had the checkered floor had, like, I don't know if I've released that one, has like the white is white or like a cream color, and then the black ones have like space in them, so it kind of represents different realms.
Oh, it doesn't sound familiar.
I kind of one of my in the Dawn of Awakening, I kind of did some, like, the moon, instead of having like a face the way it normally does, it was a black moon, and it had stars and planets in them, which was kind of like what showed like a different dimension, or like a different portal or something like that. So in that collection, you'll kind of see, like, in the black things, mostly like in the moons, there's some like a different dimension or portal or something almost.
Yeah.
And I just love the way the black and white pairs also with my gray girls. So there's just something about it that I really like. There's an artist that uses black and white, James Christensen, and I've got him on there. He does like boats, very whimsical, beautiful work, and he uses that pattern a lot. And I was inspired by him many years ago, and I must have picked that up there and then kind of created it into something that became my own. But I'd have to say that if I became inspired by that, it would be because of his work. He doesn't use it the same way that I do. He uses it like really intricately, like in clothing, and he does like these flying boats and stuff like that, and he'll do like the edge in them. And I think just as a style, I picked it up, and then kind of just it went into a whole other place for me.
You're making it your own, and you're making it matter to you.
Yeah, you know what that's like.
Yeah.
So you're inspired by something, and and before you know it, if you're creating true art, like it becomes your own. You know, you find your own way of doing it versus copying another artist, which is the worst thing anybody can do.
Mm-hmm. I just buy them in diamond paintings. Then it's all legit.
That's great, and we appreciate it. And like I said, I love that it's the diamond paint, and I say this every time I talk to you guys. Like, I love the diamond painting community because the support that I have experienced and the enthusiasm and just the, I guess, kindness, just overall, I've met like a whole bunch of people I otherwise would have maybe never met, or my artwork has been introduced to people that might have never ever seen it. And the fact that you all are sitting there like for hours on end staring at it and working at it painstakingly, and then once you complete it, you have this, you know, piece of artwork that you had your hands in too. Like I said, I think just overall the whole thing is really cool. Like somebody asked me once if they thought that by me doing like offering my work to be done as diamond paintings was gonna like cheapen my art or something like that. And my response is no. At least it feels right for me. Number one, it's I appreciate the you know, the financial support that comes from it. And I appreciate, like I said, being introduced to people that I had never, you know, would have maybe never known my work or anything. And my whole point is to get my artwork out there in whatever form, whether it's on a mug, an actual, because now I don't do that many actual paintings. I did a lot of digital art last year, but I think last year I created like 3 or 4 actual paintings. And one of them took, you know, I played around with it for a couple of years off and on. So I'm not, other than my digital art that I do kind of like just to express something, I haven't been doing a lot of like create a piece of artwork and put it out there, create a piece of artwork and put it out there of the canvas artwork. So original artwork, I don't have that much available. And so if people can't get their hands on an original, and like I said, not everybody wants a print or something. So if however my art can get out there, I'm cool with it. I just want people to enjoy it in whatever form it is. And so I'm really grateful to you guys that you guys appreciate it in this form. And also so many of you like sometimes will buy something from my Etsy store and let me know like who you are on Instagram and stuff like that. And I think it's cool because when I get orders sometimes I don't know who it is, if that it's, you know, Tina123 on Instagram. So when I make those connections and then you get to know the people and they post and tag you and stuff, I love it because my art is out there in the world and it's circulating and it's being enjoyed by those that enjoy it.
Well, we want to give away 2 ways to personalize to the chat. Tina has her own business, dpwithsparklers.com, and she's one of our sponsors for this month. This month we've titled hashtag Blinging in the New Year 2022, which is adding some extra sparkle to the different paintings that we're working on. Instead of doing the giveaway in chat, what I would like you guys to do is after we close this live, leave a comment as to what your favorite part of the interview or learning something from Lizzie. What was your favorite part of tonight? And then next week, I will pick 2 winners since I neglected to pick a winner last week. So we'll have 2 winners picked next week, and they will be able to order their own bling to bling out maybe their favorite Lizzie or whatever painting they have at home. Or if you want to jump on board and buy out Tina's store like I do so I can make fabulous Lizzie Falcon art of my own, you can go to dpwithsparklers.com and use Bling It On and you'll get 10% off. So, Lizzie, any last words? Tina, any last questions before we say goodnight? We're so blessed to have you, Lizzie. Thank you.
Thank you. I've been blessed to meet one of the artists, and I And honestly, I wondered about the passion behind those types of paintings. And I think those types of paintings with not as much color as some others might have, those will be actually a little bit easier to bling out. You can pick one thing. You can pick the heart on the snowman. You can pick the scar he's holding. Different things, and that will pop off that more of a monochrome palette that you have. But it was great to hear how your heart is put into those works as well.
Thank you. Thanks. And thanks for the opportunity to talk with you guys and to express myself, not only through art, but through all my chatter. And, and as you can see, I get excited when I talk about art. So thank you for the opportunity and for appreciating what I do. Thanks for those of you that like tag me on Instagram and stuff. Like it's really exciting because I think what I don't know if people realize, and I don't know if it happens to all the artists or a lot of artists, but every once in a while when you're sitting here, or at least me, when I'm making art, I'm like, who even cares about this stuff? Like, why do like what? And half of the time I don't even know why I'm making the stuff that I'm making. And then until, it all comes together in my head and I'm like, oh, that's what that was. And so for that reason, I am really grateful that I'm able to do something where I can pour my heart and soul into and people encourage you. Because like I said, sometimes, at least me, I kind of lose my way a little bit, like why am I even doing this? And the encouragement, believe it or not, is of, at least for me, it's my fuel to continue doing this. Not that not that I plan on throwing everything in the river and walking away from art ever, because I feel like I have to create to be somewhat of a sane person. But like I said, your encouragement and it means a lot, and I'm really just so grateful to all of you. And like I said, keep on tagging me when you guys are working on something. Sometimes I miss some posts and stuff, and I don't want anybody to feel bad. I just, I have like we all do. I mean, I've got a TikTok, I've got Instagram, a Facebook, a personal one and a work one. And then I've got another one for, my Pico stuff. So inevitably I do miss comments and things like that. But sometimes even like I'll go back like a few months and like look at what people are working on. So for me, my message is just a great big thank you and virtual hug to everyone that supports and encourages me. Thank you.
Well, I know Tia is doing one of your art pieces for February with all of us crafters.
Oh, cool. Love is in the air. Yeah, that's a vintage piece of mine. Yes. So vintage.
And then I know
I love that Rachel like puts out, because I'm terrified at looking at my old artwork. I don't know why. Why did I ever make that? And to see people enjoying it still when I'm really over it, that's cool too, because that is still yet, the same thing that I was talking about before. Like, God, why would anybody like that? And because I've moved on from it doesn't mean that the whole world has. So
wait till you see
it, right?
Yeah, wait till you see what we have in mind though. We're tying so much love, and we're introducing my family of craftlings. We're going to tie it all together. We're going to end the collab with a fun game show. So make sure you tune in and you come.
I want an invite.
We're going to send you an invite. We're definitely going to, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to make sure we get it blinged out, because obviously we're going to move forward with our Lizzie along. And so that's what's going to make it so much fun. Lizzie.
When is it going down?
Well, we start our hashtag love is in the air collab. It's my second annual. And it's so amazing that you have a painting that you created with the name. So it just ties right in. Thank you for thinking of me. I appreciate it.
Perfect. You're
welcome. And then June and July is our Lizzie along,
and
right?
June and July is the Lizzie along. Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, so count me in. RSVP, yes, already.
All right.
Remember to send me a link and to remind me.
We will definitely do that. So it's going to be so much fun, though. Going to have our little craftling family, and you're going to enjoy the format. So I can't wait. I'm excited.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to end the show tonight, but Tia will be live on Wednesday, right, Tia? 10 Eastern. Let me get 7 Pacific, right? Did I get that right? Yep. And Tina, go check out Sell Her Out, buy all the bling, and check out treasurestudiosart.com if you want your own Lizzie art. Create yourself an original from Lizzie. Yay. So thank you so much. Don't forget to comment on your favorite portion of this interview to be set up for some free sparklers. Bye, everyone.
Don't forget, you guys, also the winners that she selects, you guys get a Tia pen, Pal pen. So I forgot to mention that. So
I'm sorry,
so
Tia,
why don't I throw something into the pot too? Can I throw some stickers in there?
Yes.
Okay. So
you mean for the winners?
Okay,
not for us, Tia. We're hosting
for the winners and the hosts, I think. So we're doing a host sticker. I'll get some stickers out to you.
Okay.
How about that? So for the winners,
love stickers.
They get a couple stickers, and for the hosts as well. So I'll work on that in the morning, and I'll package them up and get them out.
All right, I'll talk to you about it, Lizzie. I'll send you the information.
Awesome.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Pleasure, guys.
Bye. Stay warm.